Today was one step in a longer process for the community towards making decisions that will help establish a government that will be a unified voice that will represent Kelly Lake community.
I understand the amount of work that's going to be happening that's coming up. This is just the first step in the process, and involving community members every step of the way is exciting for me, because I think it's just how communities should be working. So yeah, for me it's a win, but there's such a long process to get to where we're at the end of the day.
A huge number of Kelly Lake community members came out today to be part of the process, and it was everywhere from 2-year-old children from the community to the elders of the community, and they made the decision to support the recommendations put forward by the Elders Committee for establishing a working group that can help make some decisions around governance and establishing a governance committee that will do the work that needs to happen before a government can form. So the community gave resounding support to the process as a whole, to the steps that will lead Kelly Lake community towards establishing a confirmed and formalized government. And they also gave support to a key step in that process, being the formation of a working group that can help make decisions. So it was agreed that the Elders Committee would sort of form the core of that working group to provide governance and leadership and guidance to the way that that moves forward, and that a number of other community members that were self-identified but supported by those here today would also be part of that group. So we know that that group will be up to, but no more than about 20 people, and they will really start doing the work that carries this process forward. So that was a really successful and significant outcome of the day.
A lot of people have been waiting for it to happen. Currently there's only a few people of the community that spoke on behalf of the community. Now everyone gets to speak on behalf of the community, not just 1 or 2 individuals that are self-appointed. Now it'll be the whole community speaking what they want to see and what they want to hear.
The core function of the working group is to deliberate and make recommendations to the community for sort of broader support and ratification, input and approval. So in the next 6 or 7 weeks, that work will involve providing insight and recommendations to what it would look like to form a governance committee that will do the work in establishing the core tenets of government upon which an election can happen. So we know that that will take a number of steps and a lot of decisions, but the working group will start laying the foundation for that by deciding on some key terms of reference for the governance committee, by recommending a timeline for the governance committee to do its work, and putting forward how membership to vote in members of the governance committee will look and what that voting process will look like. So the working group will bring that together. It will bring it back to the community during Kelly Lake Days, provide recommendations around each of those components and ask for the community to offer its support or any feedback on that. And then we'll move ahead with the voting process for the governance committee. This has been a long time coming, and in order to gather and gain a lot of momentum and to ensure that this happens within kind of the time frame that the community has set, things have to move quickly. So that establishes the timeline.
1996, actually, I thought we were heading in the right direction, and then somehow the community fell apart for various reasons. And I think what we're trying to do is take those learnings with the help of Marcus and Dacia to come up with a solid plan where we wouldn't be able to go back to that era. So what we're trying to do is make sure that we have all the different necessity to run a government is in place. So we're learning from our past mistakes, and hopefully we could make it better as we move forward.
This process is naturally very inclusive, and at every step the community will be invited to listen, to give input and to support what's happening. So the next key event where that will happen is Kelly Lake Days.